Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another vlog. Welcome back to my channel. Happy 2023. I'm just so excited for this year. I don't know, I feel so good. I'm so excited. I'm getting ready right now to go take my cat Indigo to the vet. Nothing wrong with her. She just has to get like a checkup and her rabies vaccine. And then I also want to look into getting her a little bit of flea medication because homegirl had a flea a couple of weeks ago and I haven't seen one since or on any of our other animals, and we have 2 other cats and a dog, and I haven't seen any other fleas anywhere, so I'm not too worried about it, but I don't know, I'll see what the vet says. That's what my plan is today, and then I have work later on at 2. So right now it is 9:30. I am just getting ready. I filmed a couple of TikToks that, oh Lord knows if I'll actually upload them. I don't know why I get like that. I get just so nervous, but I need to just get over myself and just post and see what happens, because good things happen to me and everything is gonna work out for me this year, and I'm very excited for that. The TikToks I was making today were about my hair and my like curly hair journey, and I just always forget that I was blonde at one point, and I look back on those pictures and I'm just like, what the f were you thinking? Does anybody else feel like that? Has anybody else gone through a blonde phase and you feel like, why did I do that, you know? Also, I have a theory, and I could be completely wrong, and this could be just me and my opinion, so don't come for me, but I feel like as a mixed woman, and you know, growing up a mixed kid and just being biracial, I felt like so much of my life I never fit in with like one side or the other. I always felt like I was too black around white people, and I felt like I was too white around black people, and that is just kind of how I always felt growing up. But I will say I grew up in San Diego, so it is very diverse for the most part here, especially in the area that I grew up. I went to a high school in central San Diego, so it was like in downtown, and it was just around everything and everyone, and there was just, you know, all different types of people. In my elementary school, there was a whole bunch of different kids, and a lot of kids looked like me. There was a lot of mixed kids, and I didn't grow up going to school, you know, predominantly around white people or black people. Like, it was very mixed with all different types of races, so I never like thought anything of it. But I did, you know, obviously feel like I was different, but I did have other kids that I went to elementary school with that were the same. So I think it was more so like when I was with my families, because obviously like my mom is white and my dad is black, so growing up I would be at 2 different, you know, types of family events, and it was just like a different vibe. So that's when I realized, like, growing up, that, you know, races were different. So that's just like me. But I always felt like, I think that in like middle school, I just hated my hair and I wanted to chemically straighten it, and I begged my mom to chemically straighten my hair, and she was like, no, no. So I would straighten it sometimes, and it was just frizzy and it was not cute, and I didn't love my hair. I didn't love my curly hair, and I look back at that little girl and I feel so sad, because I'm like, no, like I should have embraced my hair from such a young age, but I didn't, just because I was like ashamed. I don't know, it was like the weirdest feeling ever. But you know, I can't go back and change how I felt in that moment, but I just know that when I was, you know, in middle school, I wanted straight hair, and that's just how I felt. And now I'm like, I love my hair and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. But it's just so crazy how, you know, we always kind of like want what we don't have, especially when it comes to like things that we can't really change. I could have changed my hair, but no. I did change my hair when I went blonde in 2015 when I got cheated on, and I was like, I need to be a new person. So I freaking dyed my hair bleach blonde. My God, I look back at that time in my life and I'm just like, what were you doing? Because that was not cute. You know what, it's all good, it's part of life. It was just a phase that I had to unfortunately go through, but I learned from it. And fun fact, my mom has always been my biggest like supporter for my hair, and obviously she's my mom and she wanted me to take care of my hair, and she really did take care of my hair. And when I was younger, like my mom learned how to braid and she would do my hair and stuff for me. It was when I turned like 13 that I didn't really want her to touch my hair, and I was just like, no, I'll do it. And I would just put it in a ponytail and I just didn't care. Ew, oh my gosh, if you guys saw what I looked like in middle school, you'd be like, girl, what? Like, I just didn't care at all about how I looked, but somehow I still had freaking girls hating on me. I don't understand. Yeah, anyway, I forgot where I was going with that, but I saw a TikTok the other day of some girl saying how I think it was like Tamara Mowry's daughter, and or maybe her, I don't know, it was just like about people being a quarter black and like not even knowing or whatever, just like genes and genetics and stuff. But my boyfriend is a quarter black. Like his mom is black and white and his dad is white, so he is literally a quarter black. And when he first told me, when we started dating, I was like, what? Like, I, you know, because obviously my boyfriend is freaking light brown hair with green ass eyes, so you like don't think like, oh, he's black. But if you get to know my boyfriend, like, I don't know how to explain it, like you could tell that he's black. Like, I don't know how to explain it, it's just, you could tell he has a little, like you could just tell, you know. I don't know how to explain it. If you know my boyfriend, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, it's just crazy, like you never know what people are. And he said to me before, we've talked about it, maybe one day he'll talk about it on here, but just how like people will like say things to him that they shouldn't be saying, and they don't like realize that he's black. You guys know what I mean. If you know, you know. But yeah, it's just so crazy, the freaking hair transformation that I've had in the last 7 years. Damn, has it really been 7 years? Yeah, that's wild. Wild. And I'm just so happy that I finally snapped out of it and started to embrace my hair. Looking for my eyebrow pencil. I'm just like so sad for that little girl, because like, I'm not gonna lie, I had freaking beautiful hair, and who knows what my hair would look like now if I would have taken care of it my whole life, you know? So if you are a fellow curly girl like myself, I highly recommend that you embrace your curls, because it is so cool to have curly hair. I don't know, I love when people ask me like, oh, is your hair real? I'm like, yes it is. And I hope to God one day I can have a daughter and help her love her hair. And I think it was different for me growing up, because my mom would tell me like, you know, your hair is so beautiful, like don't do anything to mess it up. And she told me my whole life, trust me, my entire life, my mom always told me to like embrace my hair. I think that I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't know, I was kind of a brat when I was a preteen. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I hope that her vet appointment doesn't take too long, because I really need to finish my video. What was I even saying? It's just so crazy how my hair just completely transformed, and I really started to embrace it and love it and just like live in my truth with my hair. Yeah, it's just so crazy, the difference. And I feel like I used to straighten my hair just to curl it, which is strange because I have curly hair, you know. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm gonna show you guys a picture. I'm gonna put a picture right here. This is from my son's newborn photo shoot. What a rough time in my life. I was 18, I literally just had a baby. It was crazy. Being a teen mom was hard. And it honestly, looking back, it was like such a blur because I was just, it was hard. Me and my son's dad broke up when my son was like 2. So obviously that was not the direction I wanted my life to go in. I wanted, you know, to be with the person that I had a baby with, and it was like really hard for me to accept the fact that that was not gonna happen. And let me make something very, very clear. My son's dad and I did not plan on having our son. Like, that wasn't, you know, in the plan right there. Like, when we were together, you know, we obviously loved each other and stuff, and I always wanted kids. That was not something I ever didn't want, but it wasn't like I was planning on having a kid when I was 18, you know what I mean? But I was always planning on being with the person that I had kids with, whoever that was. Like, I never grew up and thought, oh, I'm gonna have kids with somebody and then we're gonna break up. Like, that was never my plan. That was not what I wanted for myself. So when I, you know, had to accept the fact that that was my reality, it was really hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was so hard. And like I said, it had nothing to do with my son's dad. It was the idea of having that family that I had to basically mourn and I had to let go of, and it was really, really hard. But over time, I just started to work on myself. I matured so much in the time that me and my son's dad broke up, to the point where I met my boyfriend now, who is the best person I could have ever imagined being with, and I am just so grateful. And obviously, like, throughout those 6 years, you know, I was wilding at one point. I was 21, and you know, me and my friends used to go out all the time, and you know, people used to call me a bad mom because I would go out when my son was sleeping, which I still look back on that and I'm just like, who cares? You know, it's not like I was leaving him to go on trips. Not that that would matter, and not that that makes you a bad mom, because it doesn't. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like I was going on trips for 3 weeks and months, and like, I was literally just going out on Friday and Saturday night, like, every week. But that's besides the point. The point is that I went through a lot in the time that I was single, but I feel like if I didn't go through all of the hardships that I went through, I never would have met my boyfriend now, and I never would be living in this beautiful house and have all the animals that I have and have just such a loving, healthy relationship. And I have a great relationship with my parents, which has, you know, been up and down throughout my life. And I'm sure, like everybody else, you have family problems, and I feel like everything I went through that was hard for me in those 6 years led me to where I am today. If you're going through a hard time in life right now, just know that it's literally leading you to where you are supposed to be. And you just have to find comfort in knowing that everything is gonna work out and everything is gonna be fine. Even if right in this moment it feels like everything is crashing down on you and your life is just a mess, just know that whatever it is that you're going through for a reason, and it's literally just gonna make you stronger. So there's my little rant about that. Also, do not get into a relationship if you are not ready to get into a relationship, because I got into a relationship when I was not ready to get into a relationship, and everything happens for a reason. So I know that it was meant to be, because I had to learn the that I learned. But don't get into a relationship. Just avoid that mistake if you can, because obviously you're gonna have to like learn. Just don't like move in with somebody who you know is like not your person, because it is a struggle and a half to get out of a lease and just bullshit. But honestly, I needed to get cheated on. I needed to get cheated on to know what it felt like to get cheated on, so that I would never cheat on somebody. Does that make sense? Because if I never knew, like, maybe I would have cheated on somebody. I don't think I would have, because I'm not that type of person. But knowing how it feels to get cheated on, like, I would never do that to somebody, because that hurt. You know what's crazy? The way I found out that he cheated on me was even more on one, because I randomly just had a feeling, and I'm not kidding. I literally woke up out of nowhere and something told me to check his phone. And I would never do this. Like, I would never check my boyfriend's phone. I would never, ever, ever. And he didn't do anything to me that made me think that he was cheating on me. It was literally just a feeling, and I don't know. I've never felt that feeling before. It was like, check his phone. It was like a little voice in my head, check his phone. I was like, okay. So I opened his phone and I just went to the like text messages app, and I opened it and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna see like the first message thread. And sure and behold, the first message thread was a unsaved number. So I clicked on it and I was like, who's this? So I started scrolling, and this motherfucker was hella cheating on me. And so then I freaked out and I, you know, was screaming at him, and it was just like, it was a mess. You know, I go through all the phases that you go through: sadness, anger, confusion, just like all of, I don't know if that's like a real thing, but I went through a whole bunch of different stages of how I felt. And when I was sad, you know, he was like trying to get me to forgive him, blah, 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 and, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. Like, the only reason I was, you know, kind of willing is just because of the lease, because we were living together, which is a whole nother story, and I should not have done that, but whatever. You live and you learn. You have to do what you have to do. But yeah, so then I started getting crazy and I started doing things to catch him lying, and I caught him lying like 5 times. Like, girls on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Like, I had one of my friends text him acting like a girl that he was talking to on Facebook, and he responded. Like, it was a mess. It was unhealthy. So I freaking went to the landlord and I told her, hi, I need to get out of this lease because my boyfriend cheated on me and I want out. And she was like, say no more. And she let me off the lease. I found a little studio, and it was like $900 a month, and I was 21 years old, and I was like, whew, it's a lot of money, because we were splitting. Before that, my ex and I were splitting $1,100 a month, so I was paying nothing for rent. Like, looking back on that, I'm like, wow, I was paying $1,100 a month split between 2 people. That is why I moved in with him, but that's besides the point. So I was like, fuck, that's a lot. So yeah, then that's when I moved out on my own for the first time ever, and I was 21 years old, like I said, and I was paying $900 a month in rent. And I had, oh, also my ex left me with a car, because we got a car together, in my name, like a dumbass, because he didn't have credit and I did. So I put it into my name, and the car payment was like $500 a month. So I was paying $900 a month for rent plus $500 for my car, you know, plus insurance and blah, 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 blah. And then adulting started, and I was like, holy shit. So that's when I started bartending, and I was doing Uber and Lyft, and I was literally just hustling and doing what I had to do to pay my bills. And I don't remember the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, don't get on a lease with a guy unless you know that he's your person, okay? Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just figure something else out. Don't sign a lease with a guy if you are not 100% certain that he is your person. Oh my God. But also, I highly recommend you live with somebody before you move in with them, because I can't even imagine if I would have like married him and then moved in with him just to move in with him. You know what I mean? Like, literally only get married so that we are not living together unwed. To each their own, but like, hell no. Oh my God, I can't imagine. Oh, I can't imagine. No, 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 no. I'm gonna wear lashes today. So when I say like I was a single mom, my son's dad has always been in his life, so I never want anybody to like ever think that I'm calling him a deadbeat, because he's definitely not a deadbeat. And I have friends who have deadbeat baby daddies, and I would never put my son's dad in that category ever. So when I say single mom, I mean like I was, you know, paying my own rent, paying my own bills, like living by myself, that kind of thing. It's not like I was, and nothing wrong with this, but like I wasn't living with my parents the entire time. Like, I did end up moving back in with my dad. This was in 2018, right? I think, yeah. like 2018 I moved back in with my dad, and then I lived there so I can save money. And then I also was doing surrogacy, so my dad didn't want me to live alone, so he said I could live with him while I was pregnant. And then I ended up moving out a month after I delivered into my first apartment, because the first one was a studio. So this is an apartment, and I was so excited to get this apartment, you guys. And I even have an apartment tour on my channel if you guys want to check that out. But I was so excited because I was able to qualify for that apartment with my money from YouTube. This was 2019, the end of 2019 going into 2020, and I was just so freaking lit. I was so happy because I had made a few good checks on YouTube, so they only check your income for like the last few months. So I was literally able to qualify with that, and it was just like, it was mind-blowing. And then 2020 came and the pandemic happened, and then everything just went crazy. And then I ended up moving into a 2-bedroom apartment because the first apartment I got was infested with roaches, and it was the most disgusting thing ever. And I had this really creepy neighbor, and I lived by myself, and it was just a hot mess, and I just needed to get out, but I couldn't break my lease, so I had to stay in a roach infested apartment for 9 months during a pandemic when you had to stay home all the time, and I was living with literal roaches. So then in September of 2020 I moved into an apartment by San Diego State, which is, if you guys know anything about San Diego State, it's like a party school, which it very much so is. Moved into an apartment over there, and I was paying like $1,400 for a huge 2-bedroom, and it was the greatest thing ever. And I was so freaking happy living there because I finally felt like I made it, because I had a 2-bedroom, my son had his own room, and I was just like, bitch, I made it. Like, I was so freaking happy. And then I got a notice one day that my apartment building was being demolished, and I had 30 days to move out. And I was just like, cool. So then I was freaking out, looking for apartments, looking for places to live, and my my friend worked for this company, and she was like, I can help you, like, you just have to like apply first, because she can't like help, you know, she could only tell me like when things go on the market. So then I ended up finding an apartment on her website, and she didn't even know it was listed. Like, I found it right away, and I ended up moving there, and it was 5 minutes away from my boyfriend's house. And that was literally when me and him started dating. That's why I said, like, everything just happens for a reason. And when I got that notice for my apartment being demolished, I felt like my world was quite honestly being stepped on, and I felt like my life was over. That's so dramatic, but I really felt like that, and it's just so crazy. So also, this is the Jaclyn Hill lipstick, and I still use it. And yeah, I bought it and I got refunded. I'm still using it because I like it. I like the color. My life has been crazy. I could make a million videos about the things that I've gone through, and you guys would be like, what? And I really want to, because I feel like I have so much knowledge I can share, especially on, you know, young women. And that is honestly why I wanted to become a cheer coach for high school, because I really wanted to like make a difference in these girls' lives. But yeah, high school is different. It's very hard. But you know, I've gone through so much, and I just feel like I have so much to give. And I'm excited to bring you guys along with me on this journey. Come on. Come here, Momos. She's gonna run away from me. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about having to catch her. Oh gosh. go. Should I put your seatbelt on? It's so weird because it is bright outside, but it's like gloomy. So strange. But it took me longer to get Indigo in her backpack than I thought it was going to, so we're running a little late. But I have her right next to me in the front seat. Can you jump up there? Oh, they're gonna use that to check your booty. There you go. Switch sunglasses because I thought that these went with my outfit a bit more because the other ones were brown. And these ones are black with gold, and I'm wearing gold earrings. Anyway, we just left the vet. Indigo's right here. Say hi, mama. Are you okay? My baby. She did so good. I tried to vlog as much as I could, but I didn't bring my camera because it's just like awkward. I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, I want to stop and get Indigo a little like kitty cup, you know, like a pup cup, but a kitty cup. But I don't want Starbucks. I want Dunkin', because last time we went there and I got something, it was actually pretty good, like the breakfast. And the Starbucks food is just not it. And we don't really have any groceries. We haven't gone grocery shopping, but I don't have time to go until Saturday or Sunday, or like Calvin and I don't have time to go together. We like to go grocery shopping together. So I'm gonna go to Dunkin' and I'm gonna get a little cup of whipped cream for her. So let's go. All right, let's go see if America really does run on Dunkin'. Oh my god, that was so cheesy. The vet said that she is very healthy, and they said that she weighs 7 pounds and she is like the right weight for her size, and that she's just a small petite cat. So my baby, my little baby. Thank you. I'm gonna park and I'm gonna give this to Indigo, and I'm also gonna try my latte. It's good, a little sweet. She doesn't care. She literally doesn't care. Look, Indigo. Indigo mama moo. Let's see if she'll try it like that. Oh, she doesn't care. I'm just gonna give it to my cat Stitch when I get home because I know he was gonna like it, but I'm gonna eat real quick. Also, I know this is like not healthy, I should not be eating this, but decided I haven't gone grocery shopping. It's really hot. Also, Calvin and I came here a few weeks ago and I got this. It was like maple bacon and it was so good, and this is like regular bacon and it's still good, but the maple bacon was so good, and I'm so sad they don't have that anymore. Like, that doesn't seem like it should be a seasonal thing, you know? Like, how do you still have pumpkin but you don't have maple? But this is really good. It's like a breakfast taco. I could totally make this at home, but like I said, I haven't gone grocery shopping. Our cat Stitch is really the only one who likes to eat human food, or like tries. Like, Him and Lilo sometimes. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally left like the snack cabinet open and I come out and they have ransacked our cabinets and ate a whole bunch of they should not have eaten. Mostly like crackers. But sometimes I think that they just do it on purpose because they don't even like eat what's inside. They just like destroy the bag just to see if they can get in. And then once they do, they don't even eat it because they don't like it. Ridiculous. This is okay. I'm not loving how it's still a holiday cup. It's over. It is January. There's no reason why I should be drinking from a snowman cup right now. I'm sorry. Once Christmas is over, all the Christmas stuff needs to go. And then once January comes, it for sure has to go. But to each their own. I know some people who like to keep their Christmas tree up for a long time, and I'm like, could not be me. Guys, we are gonna go home, so I will see you guys a little bit later. Indigo and I just got home. I literally need to finish uploading this video or finish editing it. I'm almost done. I already did the thumbnail. I just need to on YouTube and upload it, so I'm so excited to see you guys in that video. Obviously this is a different video, but I'm still excited. So if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's like my New Year's get ready with me. I get into a lot of really personal things about my life and just how I'm feeling, and probably oversharing, but that's okay. You guys are my besties, so it's all good. So I'm about to go in the house and upload that. They gave us like a little goodie bag at the vet, so that was nice. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute.